Hello everyone, welcome back to the new lesson which is power. So in today's topic in grade 8 chapter 1 section 4 we're going to talk about power. So before we're going to explain anything about power, we need to know some basic things which is we have in power. So first of all, the small number that we have, it's called exponent or power. Then the 2, it's called a base. We already studied this one in grade 8. So then we have something which is called exponent form. Then we have evaluating, which is it's opening the power. Then we have something else which is called order of operation that we study in grade 8 and grade 7 also. So in grade 6 also we have it. So now before we're going to do anything, I want you to know two notes in power, which is if you have bracket and inside the bracket, let's say you have negative number, okay, any number, that's why we wrote a. Then if the power is even, what if the power is odd? This note, it helped me to solve many questions and many things like positive and negative and not confused. So if you take a look, if the power is even, you immediately going to say the answer will be positive. So you are sure that the answer is already positive. But when the power is odd, you already know that the answer will be negative. So let's solve some question by these two. So now if you take a look, we have something which is now in bracket we have -7 all power 2. I already know the power is even, so the answer I'm sure it will be positive. Now what does power tell me? The power tell me to multiply this number by itself how many times? 2 times, because the power is 2. So it will be 7 times 7, 49, negative times negative, positive. So like we said, because it's even, the answer will be positive, so it is positive. Now let's solve another question like -1 power 3. So now, or -8 power 3. So -1 power 3, the answer is, if you take a look, the power is odd number. That means the answer will be negative. So because it will be negative, what I'm going to do, let's see if this one is work. It's actually, I know this work, but I'm just going to show you now. So negative times negative times negative. Negative times negative, it's positive. Positive times negative is negative. 1 times 1, 1. 1 positive 1 times -1 is 1. So the answer will be -1. Like we said, when the power is odd, the answer is always negative. So be careful with this kind of question. Now we have another type of question which is bracket. If you take a look, you have 2/3 power 5 in question number 21. So how are you going to do that? This one is easy actually. You can say I'm going to create one big fraction, then I'm going to multiply 2 5 times by itself, 4, and that's 5. Then 3 also 5 times by itself, because the power is 5. 1 2 3 4 5. Some people say the answer will be negative. No, there is no sign. I know we talk about even and odd, but when we talk about this one, when we have negative inside the fraction, inside the bracket, inside the bracket. Now, do I have negative? No, so this rule doesn't work for this kind of number which is positive. Now I'm going to open this one. I'm going to say 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 2, 4. So it will be 4 times 4, 16. Then 16 times 2, it's actually equal to 32. Then 3 times 3, 9. 9 times 9, because it will be like this. Then 81. 81 times 3, it will be, let's multiply 81 times 3. So 3 times 1, 3. 3 times 8, 243. So the answer will be 3/243. That's how you're going to multiply this one. Then what if you have two number like 5 power 2 plus 3 power 2, which is we have different bases. So in this case, I'm going to open both of them. I'm going to say 5 times 5 plus, because I have plus between them, 3 times 3, because it's 3 power 2. So 5 times 5, 25, plus 3 times 3, which is 9, 25 plus 9, it's equal to 34. So the last answer will be 34. Then what if the question asks for something else? This one is say evaluate. When we ask for evaluate, you're going to do this. But what if the question say write in exponent form like the first one? It's easy. The first example, 18 times 18. So now how I'm going to change this one? I'm going to say I have two base, which is exactly the same thing. I'm going to rewrite one of them. How many times 18 is repeated? 2 times. So that means the answer will be like this. So it will be 80 power 2. This one is called exponent form. Now if we take a look, we have another thing, which is negative 3 times negative 3. So if you take a look, what do we have? We have two things, negative and 3. So I'm going to write negative and then 3. I need to put it in bracket. Why I'm going to put it in bracket? Because it's already two things. When you put a power, because it's two things, that means it's belong for the 3 and it's belong to the negative. So that's why I'm going to put it in bracket. So if you, what do we mean by this? If you take a look to the next question, we have 2b times 2b. Now 2b, how many times 2b is repeated? I'm going to rewrite 2b. 2b 3 times is repeated. But if I put this 3 like this, that means this 3, it's only belong to the b, not to the b, to the 2. So in this case, when I'm opening it, will not be exactly the same answer. So in this case, because it's already two things, we have 2 and b, which is variable and constant, I need to put it also in bracket. For the negative, it's exactly the same thing. We have negative and 3, that's why we put it in bracket. Then we have something else, which is called order of operation. Solving question by order of operation, it's easy, but before we're going to solve, we need to know, I'm going to use something which is called PEMDANS. When we're going to use this one, when we have more than one operation, like in the question you have addition, multiplication, and also the power. So in this case, you're going to use this one. What is this? This one, this P, it stands for parenthesis. So that means if you want to solve a question, if you have parentheses, you must solve parentheses first. Second one, it's E. E stands for exponent or power. So after you finish with the parentheses, after you open the parentheses, you need to do exponent. Then we have M and D. M stands for multiplication, D stands for division. Do not say because M come first that we always do multiplication first. If you have these two things, you're going to start from left to the right. Which one come first, you're going to do that. Then we have A and S, same thing. A is addition, S is subtraction. You're going to start from left to the right. If addition come first, you do addition. If subtraction come first, you do subtraction. So let's solve a question right now. Let's solve question number 28. It's a 2 power 2 plus 3d bracket, then g power 5 plus 5 close it. Then it's a when d equal to 12, and then when g equal to negative 2. So he already told me to put instead of d 12 and instead of g negative 2. So what I'm going to do, the first step, I'm going to substitute this one in their places. So it will be 2 power 2 plus 3. Instead of d, I'm going to write 12, then bracket. Instead of g, I'm going to write negative 2. Because it's two things, we already said we're going to put it in bracket, then plus 5. Now If I want to solve this question, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use PEMDAS because I have addition, multiplication, power, bracket. So I need to use PEMDAS, order of operation. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with parentheses. I'm going to rewrite everything else. I'm just going to solve parentheses first. 3 times 12 like itself. Then if you take a look inside the parentheses, what do I have? Negative 2 power 5 plus 5. Can I plus it before I'm going to open power? No, because it's a addition, it's come in the end. You need to do exponent, multiplication, division, then addition and subtraction. So this one will be, because it's power 5, it's odd and it's negative, so the answer will be already negative. 2 power 5 is 2 times 2 times 2, it is actually 32 plus, so this one is 5, sorry, it's 2 in the book, so this one is 2, so sorry, my mistake. So it is 2, so plus 2. Now do I finish in here? Did I finish here? No, I'm not finished yet, so I need to remove the parenthesis, the bracket. So 3 times 12 like itself. I'm not touching this one until I will finish with the bracket. Now negative, positive, they are same sign or different sign? Different sign, because we already studied this one. We said when they are different sign, we're going to subtract. Different sign equal to subtraction. So we already studied this one in adding and subtracting. So this one will be 13, but 13 in what? In positive or negative? Of course in negative, because 32 is bigger than 2. So what's bracket mean? Multiply. So now I'm going to write multiply here. Now if you take a look to this one, we're done with parentheses. So I'm going to take the parentheses. Then I'm going to the second one. What is it? Exponent. So do I have exponent? Of course we have exponent. We have 2 power 2. 2 power 2 is 4. Then I'm going to rewrite everything else like itself. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do next thing, which is multiplication and division. Which one comes first? We're going to do that. So multiplication, it's here we have multiplication and here we have it. So I need to multiply this two, then this one. So I'm going to write 4 plus. So if I multiply these two, 3 times 12 is 36, then time is negative 13. Again, do I have multiplication? Yes, again I have multiplication, so I'm going to rewrite 4 like itself, plus 30 multiplied by 36. I already know that negative times positive, so this one will be negative, so this one will be changed to negative, because positive times negative, it will be negative. Then 36 times 30, 0 times this one, it will be 0. 3 times 6 is 18, 8, 1 here. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1, it will be 10. Now if you take a look, these two, are we going to add them or subtract them? It's already 4 minus 1, 18. So we already said when we have different sign, we subtract. This one is positive, this one is negative, so we subtract. So the answer will be 1076. So that's the last answer of this question. And that's the question that we have, and the other questions is exactly the same thing, which is easy peasy questions. And that's all. Have fun and see you in the next class.